YouTube, wherever you are. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I'm here with you again with another Tuesday talk. And I'm back in Sydney after a couple of weeks of being in Dubai. And believe it or not, I have the best story for you. I went to the driest country, one of the driest countries in the world. Not the driest, but one of them. And believe it or not, entire city and the country and airports were shut because of a rainstorm. So that's a story to tell. um, Welcome to Tuesday Talk, where I always talk about anything and everything about landing higher profile roles and monetizing your knowledge and your know how. So the today's topic is the one that hits hard and it's helpful if you know it. And what are the three things that you're probably missing in interview for senior position roles? Um, so if you have been here with me before, welcome back. If it's the first time here, welcome, welcome. I always talk about these two topics, landing a higher profile role um, for seasoned professionals and experienced managers that they want to do more. And more is different for different people. As I learned, I started to coach and teach and mentor this. Uh, for some people, it's a higher pay, some is more interesting projects and assignments, some more different types of companies. Um, I'm having a lot of technical difficulties today. Firstly, we've changed the light here, and I think I look like a ghost, but hold on. um, let's continue. Let's continue. The second one is, let's say you are in higher profile role, you are in C-level positions, and it's time for you to go beyond 9 to 5 of your company and bigger than your organization, wider, and create a bigger impact. That's where you start talking and thinking about doing public speaking, mentoring, and doing advisory, paid obviously, or basically doing some consulting on the side. These are the type of topics that I normally talk or teach. And I do have an Executive Elevate program that does exactly that in a very structured and methodical way. So it guarantees you get to your goal, whatever that goal is. And why a girl that her background is technology and transformation is doing this, doing executive career coaching, is because throughout my life career, I have seen so many occasions that someone is really good at what they do. They are the brain behind an idea, the heart behind a movement, but they never get picked for senior position roles or they never go for it. And I always wondered why. So I decided to do something about it. So today's topic, like any other day, always follows a defined structure. I always talk about a concept, then I give you an example of either myself or one of my clients, and then I will invite you to take an action. What's the point of learning something and not putting it into practice? When you go to for an interview, a conversation for a senior position role, the conversation is never ever about if you can deliver it or not. But there are many occasions that my clients come to me and say, I get the interviews. I go past step 1 and 2, but I never get the role. And it has happened a couple of times. Something is not right. What's happening? So today is a good investment of your time if you or one of your friends, family are have been in this situation or have experienced it. When you go for a higher profile role, it's never ever about can you do a job or not? The fact that you are on that table, the fact that you are having this conversation is because it's clear that you can do the job. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. The previous company that you have worked in, the previous colleagues that you've had, the person that has introduced you and connected you to this new opportunity, they all are the reason that you are able to do the job. So if you are in that conversation and they know that you can do the job, and you certainly know that you can do the job, that's for sure. You've been always pulling off everything that you've been given or you decided to do. So what's the point of interview then? The interview on that level is not about what you can do, it's about how you're going to go about it. And it's not about your skills and your capability, it's about your personality and your leadership style. The conversation is not a matching of capability, can you do the job? It's a matching of personality as who you are and how you're going to do the job. And that is where no certificate, no past experience, no resume can help you. The person that can help you now is only you, as how you present yourself about moving the work and doing the job. So let me give you 3 things that is important to come across in your conversation that is demonstrating you are more than a doer, you are a leader. And most importantly, it's important to know these things are not hard skills. It's not about how you form or impact a P&L. It's not about your products as what you've taken to market. It's definitely not about the technology stack that you have repositioned and built from scratch. It's definitely not about the transformation that you've caused, or somewhat about the processes. It's about how you read the culture of an organization and tailored your method to what was needed to be done so you could change the organization or create an impact and do something. So number 1 is in your conversation, instead of saying, I put a business case together, or I designed this transformation program, or I led it, or I delivered it, and these were the objectives. Yeah, those are great, and you need to mention them. But it's about how you brought everyone on board, could sell the solution, create alignment, and therefore commitment, and therefore mobilize and change things. And how you dealt with people based on their culture of that organization, that is the key thing that you need to communicate. Number 2, larger, bigger picture problems of the world. Somehow in the conversation that you are having, you need to communicate that you are more than just 9 to 5, that I come in, clock in, look at my team and see what needs to be done, and then what's the larger plan and program, and I did this and I get this one to do that, and no. Your ability to demonstrate that you have a bigger picture and what's going on in the world and communicate that. Of course, you know it, but this is a very short period of time that you have to communicate that I know what's going on in the world. And it's important that shows that you are not just this person, you are the person that can see beyond the organization. This is important particularly about causes and problems that are quite sensitive. Diversity, political states, all of those ones are topics that are sensitive. However, are things that we need to be able to, as a leader, senior exec, you should be able to be aware of them and demonstrate that you're aware, show a track record that you've done something, and demonstrate that you actually care about it. Because Look, they're not luxury. They are part of the problems that an exec need to solve, either part of the social responsibility or just part of our human responsibility. So bigger problems, your awareness, what you've done about it, and why you care about it, and who you are and what you stand for, this needs to come out in the conversation that you have. Failing to do that doesn't take away from you. Still, you're a good manager that have been able to deliver stuff, but doesn't move you from manager to a leader. So have that one in mind. Ability to demonstrate that you care more than just P&L or team or deliverable. Next one is ability to demonstrate awareness of trends. Again, in this half an hour that you have with someone to validate that if you are to be qualified for someone that sits on the exec table, showing that you are aware of the latest in currencies, what's happening in the new currencies in the world, new technology. I'm not even going to mention AI or security or whatever that is happening right now in the world. Social economical trends, anything that shows something is changing in a bigger scale and you are aware of it, and market movements, that demonstrates that again you are beyond just being a chief underwriter, chief technology officer, chief product manager. You need to be able to say, I see market is changing, I see these trends are available, are happening, and not only I'm following them, but I also know how they're impacting my work. Does it mean that you need to be expert in all of them? Probably not. Do you need to demonstrate that you are having a really great awareness of these trends? Yes, you do. When I do mock interviews and I ask someone, okay, so tell me about your last role, what was the most exciting piece of work that you've done, or any of those conversations, as soon as someone starts talking about, oh, I did this and moved my numbers from this to this, it's like, all right. I listen to the end of the conversation and say, okay, now let's do the refinement. Because you didn't say anything that differentiates you as a human, as a leader, compared to another 25 other resumes and last 3 conversations that I've had. So your differentiation point in the final stages of interview for senior position roles is hardly about deliverable and objectives and targets. It's only about you, your views, your visions, your awareness, and demonstration of who you are, how you go about the work, and what is their level of awareness beyond this box that you're going to manage. All right, my friend, here is an action that I invite you to take. If you are preparing to go for an interview, I would invite you to see if you can weave some of these points in your practice run before you go to an interview. Second one, if you're not going for an interview and you're happy where you are, I invite you to use your fortnightly, monthly meeting with other exec or your peers or even your own team meeting to demonstrate these 3 points: your approach, what you believe in and what you think is the right way of running your business. Second one is your awareness of bigger problems in the world. And the third one is ability to understand the trends and their impact to our work. Of course, we do these things somewhat in our day-to-day work, but bring a level of consciousness, demonstrate that you've done some research, you are across the news, so bring some intentionality to it and see what's the impact. Well, that's what I have prepared for today. The 3 things that are potentially missing from your final stages of conversation interview if you are going for senior exec role. And now you have it. I will see you next week, same time, same place, and a different topic. Bye.